Oh, I guess I'm live. Hey everybody. How you doing? I decided to go live on this Sunday afternoon. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Sunday. And I decided to dedicate this live stream to Scorpio season. And I really don't have any main topics in particular. Like, I'm not going to be reading anybody's chart, but hey Henry, how you doing? Hey Miss Problematic, thank you for joining me. So I'm not going to be doing any readings per se. Hey Eva Love, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to be doing any readings per se, but I did bring my tarot cards with me. Hey Henry. Yeah, well, I'm on my phone. That's the thing. Before I was on my laptop. Hey Larissa, how you doing? Hey Siobhan, how you doing? Hey, the room is filling up quickly. Hey Earth Angel, how you doing? Hey Lorena. Hey, we got Lorena from London. Hey. Yes, we're live, Cam. What's up? Hey, Smart Channel, how you doing? It's good to see everybody. So like I was saying, I'm dedicating this as you can you please hit the like button? Thank you. Like, I love these colors, like the fuchsia, the purple. Hey Dimitri, how you doing? Hey Aisha, how you doing? Yes, that Cassie and Diddy video is quite controversial. Not really in the beginning part, but once you get like, I'm going to say like 28 minutes in, that's when I get kind of controversial, which brought me to the reason why I'm doing this live actually, but I wanted to go live anyway this weekend. But hey, the big bad wolf, thanks a lot. But I titled this live stream Unsolved Mysteries because I was just thinking about Cassie, and I was thinking about some of the people that commented on that video. And for those who didn't see the video yet, I don't want to give it away, but I will give it away. But anyway, people were saying that, you know, they feel like she is a biological female, and I was speculating that she could be transgender. Wait a minute, Queen. Hey, Queen Azinga, how you doing? You said, are older men the types of Swingali types? They could be, mainly because not all of them, though. Usually a Swingali is going to have a lot of money. They're going to be powerful in some type of way. So, you know, the older ones, they could use their age as an advantage. I don't like the way my hair is looking. What's up with this? But anyway, I tried to do something with my hair. It's just not working out right now. But anyway, and I hate how the chat keeps disappearing. Let me try to put it on. That's not going to work. But anyway, like I was saying, yes, I did a video on Omari Hardwick. Thank you, Aisha. But like I was saying, like people were saying, well, no, you know, I don't think she's transgender. And, you know, I'm like, that's your opinion. You know, I suspect that she is. And some people were saying, well, I know for a fact because I used to work for this magazine, and she came in for a photo shoot and stuff like that. And another person said, well, I knew of this person that knew her from back in the day, and she's definitely a female. And my thing is, unless you are her family, like you grew up in the same household, or unless you have her DNA test results, then you can't honestly say absolutely sure that Cassie is a biological female. And I say that in general with respect to everybody. Let's be real. You could say the same thing about me. And the funny thing is, in the Serena video I didn't even say that I thought Serena was transgender, but I said people speculate that she is. And then someone and I did say that she has a manly look. So someone in the comments section was like, well, somebody could call you transgender too. And I'm like, and I didn't disagree. I was, hey, Yana, how you doing? Hey, Sakura. And I was like, well, yeah, somebody could say I'm transgender. You know, I mean, I'm a woman, but basically y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know me personally. So you have to trust what I say. I'm a mother, and people that know me personally, yeah, they can vouch and say that I'm a woman. But honest to God, like, you only know what I tell you and what I show you. So I could be a transgender female, and you wouldn't know it because maybe I'm one of those type that could just pass really well. I mean, so it's like, you know, sometimes it is what it is. If she is, she is. If she's not, she's not. But I'm just saying, and that's why I titled this live stream Unsolved Mysteries, because a lot of things in life, we just do a lot of assuming. We do a lot of guessing. A lot of life is basically based off on faith. So I wanted to talk about a lot of the things that are basically mysteries in life, like Cassie's gender. Look, let me stop. I got to add some humor in it. But I want to talk about some of the things that are still really mysteries in life, such as, is there a God? Is there life after death? Is there such a thing called reincarnation? Is there such a thing called ghosts and stuff like that? So I'm really interested. She does look very convincing, Henry, but some of them do. Some of them look very convincing. And like I said, that's why I'm putting myself in there. I could be transgender and I would have most of my viewers believing that I'm a biological female, but what if I wasn't? You would never know just by looking at me. Or, some people might say I do look kind of manly in some way. My voice is kind of raspy and I'm on a deep end with my voice and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, I'll just say this. There's a fine line between male and female when we're talking about hormones. A fine line. And that's how transgender individuals, they could get on that hormone therapy and have that transformation. So just know that, male, female, there's a fine line. So you're going to have some biological females that have more testosterone, and they're going to have some manly features. You're going to have some biological males that are more, feminine looking because they got more feminine energy in them. Also, you got to take this into account too. When you're looking at a natal chart, if you don't know the person, there's no way of knowing if the person is male or female, which lets you know that the natal chart deals with a soul. You said, calculator said Rabia can't be transgender. There's no way. But I'm saying never fully assume. That's the whole point of me saying this. Just because something appears to be a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that it is so. And that's why I had that quote in the video by Aesop saying that appearances often can be deceiving. So yes, there are some people out there that can deceive others in terms of being one gender, but they're really born another gender. So I just wanted to get that out there. But I do want to talk about like unsolved mysteries, some deep shit. Like, who in here believes that there's a God? And if there is a God, how do we know? How do you know that? How can you prove that there's a God? So I personally believe that there's a God. I believe that there's a creator, but I have no way of proving it. How can we prove such a thing? Now, I believe that there's a creator simply because when you walk outside and you see nature and stuff, I feel like there has to be some creative, thank you, Akeda. There has to be some creative intelligence behind it all. So I do believe that there is a God, but I don't believe that God interferes with our daily lives like some people do. So Henry said, I think there is God energy, but I don't think it's a physical body. I agree. Scorpio season, time to bust some balls. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So some of my videos during season might be more controversial, but Scorpio is about controversy. So Gone Astrologer say, yes, there's a God, there's evil. Scorpios, haha. Now, yes. And the thing is, it's like astrology will kind of tell you that there's a God because it lets you know that there's a master plan to everybody's life and the world as a whole. And that, this world goes through cycles and it goes through, certain types of trends and stuff like that. Siobhan said, I believe in a higher power, but not in the religious way. Yeah. So, and, you can see that in your chart in terms of what you believe, what you don't believe, all this stuff. Ms. Raisin said his wife looked manly to me. Akeda said all reading systems prove we live in a matrix system that abides by certain higher laws. Yes. Now, Monila said, I believe in God energy as well, but not some man or woman running things. I agree. Akeda said, even scientists are saying now that we do seem to live in a simulation. Yes, it does seem like, it seems like a lot of Christians will say that God is in control, but I don't believe that God is in control. I believe some other power is in control upon this earth. Now, Sakura said, everyone has their own God that they worship and a universal law to order. Henry said, I'm so glad I found astrology. I was meant to get into the spiritual side of life with my sun and moon in the 8th. Scorpio, that's right. Cam said, yes, Scorpio is deep. It's Chrissy said, hey, Chrissy, how you doing? There's a higher energy source. Yes, I believe in that too. Like there's a higher energy source. And God is just like a general term. Now, do you believe that there's life after death? Now, if you believe in astrology, I'm like, that goes hand in hand. But I did happen to have a client this past week. She was in my and she came to me for a reading, and she knew I was going to do her natal chart and the cards and stuff, but she straight up told me that, you know, she was kind of skeptical about astrology. Hey Tony, how you doing? My girl Tony is up in here. For me, astrology validates that there is a force, but I do believe there are other forces that rule this realm that we are subjected to. I believe so too. Like how the Bible says that Satan is the prince of this world. Will, I believe in God, but I wouldn't say I'm religious. And you said I believe in reincarnation. Yeah, and it's like, if you believe in astrology, it goes hand in hand. So it's like, I believe that there is a master plan. And, you know, when you look at astrology, you can even relate it to reincarnation as well when you put the nodes into account. So like I was saying, I had this first-time client, and she was rather skeptical about astrology because she asked me, she was like, how is it that the planets have influence over our lives? So I asked her, I was like, well, have you ever heard of the saying, as above, so below? Matter of fact, I even just assumed that she heard of the saying. Here we go with making assumptions. I had assumed that she heard she heard of the saying, as above, so below. And when I asked her that, she was like, no, I never heard of that saying. And I said, well, basically, you know, life on earth is made up of everything that's in the heavens, the stars, the sun, the moon. It's the same energy. And that's how the planets, the sun, the moon, stars all have influence upon our life upon earth. And I also talked about how this earth is made up of electromagnetic energy and how we are like electromagnetic beings. Like, it's like we have antennas and we are picking up this stuff. And when we are born, it's like whatever's in the sky at the time, the positions of the planets, it becomes imprinted upon our souls. So you could look at it that way. Macro and micro, yes, Akeda. So let me see what else you were saying. Dimitri said, I look at reincarnation as a soul filter. I like that. I look at it as a conditioning agent. Well, I look at Earth as a conditioning place. It's like a conditioning planet. Hey, Christina, how you doing? Christina said, I do believe in God and I am in communication with him. Nice. Because of the way that he has shown himself itself in my life, there's no way I could not believe. I love that. So if you don't mind, you could share an example of how you are a testament to the existence of God. Henry asks, have you heard of this psychic called Luna on here? She's speaking some truths right now. There's a massive energy shift happening right now for the better. I got to check her out. Siobhan said, I came here to empowered to have just gotten here, and I think I will have other work after this life. Now, Camry said, yes, but we choose if we want to be back. I don't know about that. I'm kind of split because I feel like if you live a low down life, I feel like you have no choice but to come back. C. David said, natal chart sounds nice. I just don't know what time I was born. I would love to know everything about my chart and if it resonates. Well, even if you don't know what time you were born, you can still get a lot of information from your chart. Hey, awkward letter, how you doing? Does the ascendant factor into past lives since we come back here to become our sons? I definitely believe that the ascendant does, because the ascendant is one of the most important points in the chart. Tony Barber said, yes, Earth being a conditioning planet. Siobhan said, I think the 12th house is your past life. Adriana said, hello, everyone, just joining in. Hey, Adriana, how you doing? Akeda said, pure materialists are silly. I agree. I think it's really silly, and I think it's really arrogant to believe that, you know, this current life, this material world is all that there is, especially when there's so much evidence as to otherwise. Now, Miss Problematic said, I have Neptune conjoined to the ascendant, so I'm in between worlds all the time. Yes, indeed. Regine said, how does synchronicity play into astrology? Well, with that, you know, there's going to be several factors into the chart, but basically synchronicity will let you know that, you know, there's certain, I like to say that synchronicity is a way of the universe communicating with you. And oftentimes synchronicity can be shown through transits, planetary transits. So for instance, if you have like, case in point, if you have a Neptune transit and it's impacting your moon, whether for good or for bad, you could be experiencing a lot of synchronicity around that time. Henry said, I've heard we all choose to be here. Miss Rachel said, you're so right about the music industry. It's an illusion. Yes. Oshun is my god, the power of black divine femininity. Okay, Sakura. Hey, Ray Sons. Is tarot part of astrology or is it separate? It's definitely a part of astrology because every tarot card has an astrological correspondence. Like, for instance, the Nine of Swords is Mars in Gemini. Two of Wands is the Sun in Aries. So, well, no, that's Mars in Aries. Three of Wands is Sun in Aries. So, yes, every tarot card has a corresponding astrological interpretation. Christy, filled with light, said, I believe spirituality is an experience. That may be why I don't believe or one cannot convince another of the truth. I do believe it is probably personal. And, you know, we do come into this world alone, unless we are born with a twin or triplets or whatever. But our soul's path is really something that we have to take alone. Cherry Love says, I remember a past life. It includes my son's father, like we were together before. I definitely believe that. I'm a strong believer in past lives. I believe that a lot of times souls will reincarnate in the same families for you know, lifetime after lifetime, even especially if that family has a lot of lessons to learn. Henry said, where did you learn about asteroids and astrology as well as numerology, books, websites? I first started learning about asteroids and numerology off of books. So this one book in particular, Asteroid Goddesses, is really good for asteroids. Also, for numerology, Linda Goodman's Star Signs is really good for numerology. Now, I follow Chaldean numerology, so there's different systems. Thank you, Aquarian Essence. She said, I love when you go live from your car. Very Sagittarius of you. And this is actually off of necessity because my Wi-Fi at home is actually kind of raggedy. Henry said, I asked if tarot and astrology were related to the actual cards, but I felt the answer it gave was no, but who knows? Patricia said, hey, ladies, South Node of Scorpio here. My dreams have been so vivid with this Scorpio stellium. I'm sure they have. Wow. Now, Calculator said, do you think that P. Diddy has magic power over Cassie? He has many Scorpio energy. I heard that Scorpio is the zodiac of occultism. Great question. Now, let me tell you about Scorpio energy. Hey, Adrian, how you doing? I'm glad you joined us. That Scorpio energy, you don't need to be working no magical spells, even though a lot of Scorpios are drawn to that, or people with strong Scorpio energy are drawn to magic and spell work. But Scorpio energy is such a dominant, intense, influential sign on its own that they don't have to do much to influence other people. So once a Scorpio becomes bonded with someone, they will like totally consume their life if the other person allows them, and they will like totally be like total influence over their lives, whether good or for bad. So Scorpio is like, I always say Scorpio is the most powerful sign of the zodiac, and that power can be used for good or it can be used for evil. When it's good, it's like the highest of good, because Scorpio could be one of the most charitable signs you'll ever meet. When it's bad, it can be very bad, very dark-sided, very evil. Carrie said, please no more of my fam. True, I feel like you make a deal with your ancestors and the Orisha to come onto this plane to do an assignment. It's a contract that weighs your heart, and it is the true moral compass. That's right, it is P. Diddy's birthday. I forgot. You know, I did that video not even realizing that it was P. Diddy's birthday. Talk about synchronicity. Henry said, I think one of my father has those books. He's a spiritual man. Dollface said, hello. Hey, Dollface. You're a double Scorpio. How's that working out for you? Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea, how you doing? When I was at one of my darkest moments spiritually, feeling this life was purposeless to some extent, the universe dragged me along to an observatory field trip. Like, look up and try again. I like that. That's deep. Ms. Rayson said, what makes me believe in astrology? Because I have similarity in people with the same sign. Amen. Dimitri Wu said, I have a lot of Scorpio energy in my chart. You're right. Aquarius essence Scorpios are hella strong. Yes, they're strong physically and mentally. Hey, Rosanna, how you doing? Cherry Love said, is it true that Wicca is not for black people? Well, I wouldn't say that, because you got some black Wiccans, but I'll say Wiccan is definitely more of a European type of flair when it comes to magic. A lot of black people, they tend to gravitate towards hoodoo or voodoo. What's the other one? Palo Mayombe, Obia, and working with the orishas, all that type of stuff. But there's black Wiccans out there, and I don't think that just because it's Wicca doesn't mean that black people can't get down with it. I personally don't really like Wicca because I feel like Wicca is like watered down and lightweight magic, and I also don't believe in the whole law of threes that Wicca proposes. The law of threes, like if you do something you get it back 3 times. I don't believe that. Because if that was true, people's karma would be constantly coming back at them. And if you notice, people's karma is different. So some people are able to get away with evil for a long period of time, while other people, they do one bad thing, and next thing you know, karma is handing them a can of whoop ass. Henry said, Adriana said, my oldest sister's birthday is today. Hey, happy birthday to your sister. Let me see. Tamika said, I'm a Scorpio in love with another Scorpio who pays me none. Oh, wow. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Who else we got? Is the same for Scorpio moon. Scorpio moons. And I was thinking about doing a series on the moon signs once and for all. So y'all might be seeing that coming up soon. And I might start with the Scorpio moon. But Scorpio moons, they can be even more intense personalities than Scorpio suns. Because if you think about it, you don't have as much control over the moon in your chart as you do the sun, because the moon deals with your emotions. It deals with your deeply ingrained behavioral patterns. Let me see what else is. I was looking at a synastry chart between me and a friend. I think it's called Davidson chart, and the sun and moon were in Scorpio, as well as both being in the 8th. Surely it's a deep ass connection, I'll say. Dollface said, it's hard, sister, being a double Scorpio. I'm all over the damn place. I can imagine. You know what? I feel for you. I'm glad I don't have that energy. Rosanna said, wow, I'm dealing with a Scorpio now and a Pisces, and it's very intense. T. Morales said, hello, Rabina. This is Alex from Brooklyn. Hey, Alex, how you doing? I got all my favorite people up in here. Will Hustle said, I must admit, I didn't take astrology seriously until I looked up my birth chart on a few sites. It's interesting what I learned about myself. Yes, but once you get a astrology reading by a professional astrologer, in addition to that, your eyes are really going to become open. So, you could go to my website if you want to read it, just letting you know. so Rosanna said, trying to hold on with faith, but it's hard. But that whole saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? That is definitely a Scorpio saying. Siobhan said, my ex has a mean Scorpio stellium, including natal Venus in Scorpio retrograde. So, yeah. I read that on your website that you have a degree in business. What has changed your mind to do astrology? Is there some heavy Pluto Saturn energy in your chart? Well, yes, I got heavy Pluto energy. I'm what you would call Plutonian, simply because of the aspects in my chart. So I got Pluto square in my ascendant. And look, you talk about what made you change from business. That's Pluto square in my ascendant day, because my ascendant is in Capricorn. So I'm still, like, I have an MBA. And I'm putting it to good use because I have a business. So, but I majored in business. I specialized in accounting. And because I was trying to take the practical approach. But let me tell you, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a psychologist. And then I wanted to be a parapsychologist. But then when I got into college and took a psychology course, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like my psychology teacher. I thought she was a drunk. And I didn't like some of the stuff that they were spouting off in those psychology books. So I put the psychology. I would still study psychology and stuff on my own. I was always into astrology and spirituality, but I never thought about making it an actual career path, because back then, like, yeah, you had professional astrologers and stuff, but you didn't have like YouTube prominent where you could see, like, regular people like me doing it on the astrology tip, doing it up big, and actually being able to make a viable income as a result. So I say now that Uranus is back in Aries now, but when it goes back into Taurus, this is the time for any up and coming astrology or any aspiring astrologers. If you want to take it on a professional level, do it, because this is the time to really make some serious money and to establish yourself. Sakura said, I use astrology to help figure out my assignment, how to speak to ancestors, and how I like to negotiate with others. But let me just continue what I was saying about like I had this thing where I will change up. My Mars is in Gemini. So when I was in college, I first majored in biology because I love science. And I thought I wanted to be a doctor. And I think I am capable of being a doctor, but I'm real squeamish when it comes to stuff. Like, I'm a smart cookie, believe it or not. I'm pretty intelligent. So, like, I'm good when it comes to science and stuff like that. My weakness was math. So I got up to calculus 2 in college because I first majored in biology. Then I was like, what am I really going to do with biology? And then, because I knew I didn't want to be a doctor. Then I was like, let me major in chemistry because I like chemistry too. So it took me getting to calculus 2 when I was like, okay, this isn't for me. Because if I can't handle the math, and I knew organic chem was coming, and organic chem is mostly all math. So I was like, oh no, this ain't me. So then I remember I went to my career advisor and I was like, I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I want to major in. And she was like, well, here's a list of majors. And I saw accounting and business. And I was like, oh, well, I'll choose that. And that was the default choice, actually, once I determined the science major wasn't going to work out. So when I talk about certain things, like you might notice that I'm knowledgeable about a wide variety of subjects. That deals with me being a Sagittarius, but it also deals with my science background. I got a business background, all that type of stuff. And religion, spirituality, and all that stuff. Because all my life, basically, once I became old enough to study on my own, I've been studying all types of spirituality, religions, all types of stuff. I see what else people are saying. Aquarian said, yes, please do on the moon. Now, I'm not going to do all the planets and all that stuff because I'm in the process of writing a book where y'all are going to be able to get all of the knowledge that I have inside my head dealing with the planets and the signs and all that. Miss Problematic said, please and help me deal with this damn square Virgo moon. Man, I feel for you because I feel like Virgo moons have it the hardest. Well, not the hard, some of the hardest. Scorpio moons have it hard too. Will Hustle said, I do believe in karma. What you put out there in the universe world comes back at you. Yes, but I believe like for some people, it just takes a longer time. That is T. Scorpio moon is so hard. As an Aries moon, I cannot understand how to get along. Will Hustle said, I'm going to do it one day to see what you come up with. Okay. Miss Problematic said, I think God energy speaks to people. I agree. No Go for me said, hey, I'm Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Mercury, Scorpio Venus, Scorpio Neptune, Scorpio Lilith. I need to seriously get my charts up by you. You are absolutely amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Siobhan said, I wanted to be a psychologist. Awkward Letter said, a drunken psychology teacher. Who would have guessed? Exactly. Sakura said, white supremacy all day. Psychology and academia is the devil, period. Siobhan said, I have Sun, Moon, and Mercury square Pluto. Manila said, I used to be interested in psychology. I'm sure a lot of us are. Because if you're interested in astrology, a lot of times your interest revolves around psychology anyway. And usually either you started studying astrology first and then you branched off into psychology or vice versa. DSI said, hey, Rabina, what do you think of having North Node in Cancer in the 8th house? Now, you're somebody that needs to take my workshop that I have coming up on November 17th. Now, I think on one of my last videos, I said November 10th, but I had to look at my calendar. I was like, oh, I scheduled it for the 17th. So you would benefit from taking my Cancer North Node workshop. So the North Node is going to be entering Cancer in actually this month, November 15th. So I'll be having a workshop on the 17th, right in time for its entry into Cancer, where I'm going to be discussing how it impacted our lives back in 2000 and 2001, and also how it will impact our lives between 2018 and 2020. So you definitely want to take that into account. But with your North Node in Cancer in the 8th house, your home life could be very dynamic. Your family, you could have like some family drama, love-hate relationships with some of your family, could even be with your mother, could even have a surrogate type of mother where you have a woman that comes into your life. I'm looking at this guy that's driving up near my car. He better get the hell up out of here. I could be real antisocial at times. I'm like, I don't like when I'm in a parking lot and there's all these spaces and then somebody comes up near me. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, that North Node in Cancer, the 8th house, that's not exactly easy. Now, it can point to situations like eviction, home foreclosures, sheriff sales, stuff like that. Also could point to where you have a haunted house or where you have experience being in a haunted house. It can also have challenges with vermin, roaches, rats, mice. All these people are walking up, coming up around. I'm all paranoid. I'm like, okay. So you get the gist with that North Node in Cancer, but it also means that you probably are supposed to make a major impact in the lives of women in this lifetime. And you might be drawn to the field of nursing, especially the mental health end of the field of nursing. Calculator said, do you Spencer has abused his wife? All those years they lived separately. Richard Spencer is a white nationalist. His wife filed for a divorce. He's a Taurus and his wife is a Libra. Is that the family that's is that the biracial couple? I don't even know who this Richard Spencer is. Manola said, I have Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. Awkward Letter says, I have Sun, quintile, Pluto. Here you go with that quintile aspect. Mercury, semi-square Pluto, and Jupiter conjunct Pluto. Does that make me a Plutonian? I would say sort of, kind of. It depends really where that Jupiter conjoined to Pluto. Oh, you said in the 7th? Jupiter is in the 7th. Jupiter conjoined to Pluto. Now, kind of. But usually to be a Plutonian, I wouldn't include quintile aspect because that's a minor aspect. But if you had like Sun square Pluto, Sun trine Pluto, Sun sextile Pluto, Sun conjoined to Pluto, like if you got a personal planet that's like tightly connected with Pluto, that can make you a Plutonian. Or if it's on your ascendant. Cherry Love says, so you told me in September I could do magic because I was born on September 15th. Well, I did some candle magic, and as a joke, it manifested 2,000 pounds tax refund out of nowhere and $100 in envelope from a friend in South Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. Making that magic work for you. That's how the 15 works. That's the blessing of the 15. Yes, you have magic at your disposal. You said a book. Hell yeah. We'll skip to the numerology section. Hey, Kritika, how you doing? Tony says, I'm waiting on that book too. I cannot wait. Well, it should be out in 2019 at some time. I need to hurry up, and I definitely need to get myself an editor, but I'm thinking about going through Llewellyn. Some of y'all probably heard of Llewellyn. They are a publisher of astrology books, spiritual books, tarot, all that. I feel like my books will be good enough where Llewellyn will take notice and be like, okay, yeah, we'll publish your shit. Because after all, I'm an artist and I'm serious about my shit. Now I'm an astrologer and I'm serious about my shit. So if I got a book coming out, you best believe it's going to be a book. Number one, my books are going to break the mold in terms of astrology. And number two, of course, it's going to give you the real. So you'll be getting like real world interpretations that you're not going to see anywhere else. Dump him or her. Looking forward to your book. Thank you. I got 2 books in the works actually right now. So I think the first book is going to be just about like astrology principles. It doesn't have a title yet, but that's just going to give you a foundation. It's going to be for everybody from beginner to advanced. Larissa said, do you think that Scorpio is the most detached sign? Oh, hell no, that's Aquarius. An Aquarian YouTuber and blogger named Janelle named a YouTube video about this. She basically stated that Aquarius can separate their emotions from their thought facts. So Aquarius is the most detached sign. They are detached emotionally, and not all of them are like this because some of them have some strong emotional, like my daughter, for instance, my oldest daughter, she's an Aquarius, but her moon is in Scorpio. So she can be detached in some ways, but in other ways she could be quite emotional and emotionally invested in people and situations. Hey Jasmine, how you doing? Larissa said emotions from their thought and facts. The North Node is going to be in my 7th house with my Chiron. I am shook. But what was I about to say? Scorpio, like I always say with Scorpio needs people. Scorpio really is not the sign that really likes to be on their own, even though they're capable of being on their own. That's the difference. Like Cancer, there's some signs that really don't do well on their own. Scorpio could do well on their own, but they prefer to be linked up with others. They prefer to have bonds with others. So Scorpio does really need other people to feed off on, and to, you know, because they do a lot of that feeding off of your energy. That's just how Scorpio works. So Scorpio will suck the life out of you if you let them. The dark-sided ones, the light-sided ones, they can actually add to your power, but they're going to take some of your power as do this sharing thing. It's, you can look at it as either Scorpio will have a symbiotic, and here I go with my science terms. Either Scorpio will have a symbiotic relationship with you, or it could be totally parasitic, where they're just sucking the life out of you, like they're a tick on a deer, or they're a tick on you, and you, next thing you know, you get Lyme disease and all that type of stuff. Tony Barber says Sun opposition Pluto, so yeah, definitely a Plutonian. All right. That definitely can't be easy. That Sun opposition Pluto, especially dealing with the men in your life. Now, Earth Angel said, yes, I'm a nurse working in psychology, constantly studying psychology on my own. Would love to get a psychology degree, but I'm undisciplined in school. So, yes. So, that Cancer North Node can be something else. Have you been seeing repeating numbers like 1111 444? I have searched on it for YouTube, and it's something about synchronicity. Can you explain or make a video about it? Actually, you should have took my numerology workshop, because I broke all of that down. My numerology workshop was so dope, I have to admit. So I will be offering another one. I might be offering it in December, because I asked people to, before the workshop, I asked people to like write down any type of number sequences that they see, that they happen to see a lot. And I would break down what that meant. Like 444, that breaks down to 12. So when you see 444, you can say, okay, that's the universe warning you that you need to keep your eyes and ears open, and you need to basically be using discernment, because you could be deceived, or you could be victimized in some way. So 444, I see that as a big red flag. I see it as a warning sign. But it can also be a sign of growth. It can also be a sign that you might be about to come up. Hey, Esperanza, how you doing? You're a little late. I've been on for about 37 minutes, and then I gotta get off of here at least around 3:30, because I gotta pick up my daughter. She's at her dorm, but we meet up every Sunday so she could wash clothes, and we eat dinner together, and we watch a movie and all that. So I'm actually excited, because I'd be excited because like I don't know, some of y'all might know, but because I said this in another video, I'm an empty nester now. So my daughter Pisces, she's in college. Hey, Astro Pluto Queen, what's up? She's in college, so she's at her dorm, and she just got a job too. So congratulations. I'm so happy for her. This is her very first job. So she's a late bloomer in that respect, but it's all good. So she got her first job working at Portillo's, which is this Chicago-based hot dog, Italian roast beef place. I love the food there. But anyway, yeah, she got a job. I'm so proud of her, and she's making good money for her first job. So I'm like, you go, girl. But anyway, so I called her today, and I was all timid. I was like, do you have to work today? I was hoping that she did it, because I wanted to see her today. So she's like, no, I don't have to work today. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. I was like, and then I was all timid again. I was like, well, because actually she's with her, when I called, she was with her new boyfriend. A lot of things are happening for baby girl right now. She got a new boyfriend. Well, I'm gonna say male friend, because I don't know if it's official yet, but she gonna fill me in, and she might be mad that I'm spilling some of her tea right now, but I'm not gonna get into personal details. But baby girl got a male friend, and he's a Sagittarius like me, so I'm happy about that. And he's young, and he's already an electrician, and I'm like, that's how you do it. I was like, that's how you come out the gate with a dude. And I was like, let that be the minimum in terms of guys. I was like, keep on going up from there. So the fact that she got this new male friend, he's gainfully employed, and he seems real positive and all that stuff, I'm just so happy for her. So yes, I'm looking forward to meeting up with my daughter when I get done with this live. So as you can see, I'm really excited. So let me go back to Well, she's not in Chicago. The Portillo's place is based in Chicago, but they have one here in Arizona. So it's like a hot dog place and all that type of stuff. So she's being trained on cashier and all that stuff. So I'm really happy. Let me see. What else are y'all saying? Yes, mommy daughter time. Oh, let me. Man, y'all been chatting a lot. Will Hustle said, "Are Aries people crazy?" That's funny. No, they're not crazy. Sakura said, "I cannot wait to read. Come speak at Oberlin College." You know what? I can't wait to start doing public speaking engagements. I can't wait. I actually want to do a TED Talk, y'all. So y'all might see me on a TED Talk one day. I have enough balls to do it. And I will be talking about astrology and how it is real. And I'll be trying to influence, or I'll be trying to convince some of the skeptics out there, because I still feel like astrology is not given the due respect. Miss Million said, "Hello, I'm a Leo and a Leo sun and Virgo moon. I have been seeing all numbers, synchronized numbers, and doubles and triples. Does this mean anything?" Well, you really got to talk about what numbers you're seeing. Miss Rayson said, "I can't date another Scorpio man, both for controlling, manipulative. I'm a Leo. Libra wasn't tolerating the manipulation. I believe one of them was bisexual. His birthday is 10/31. That 10/31 was probably the bisexual one. Numbers like 444, 11, angel numbers, synchronicity." Andrea said, "I'm a Scorpio, 10/28. That's my sister's birthday. And that is someone else's birthday I know, and she's in this group. I have begun to experience speaking to the other side and delivering messages to others. I had the ability to do this as a child and have always been afraid of it." Queen Lioness said, "My birthday is 12/16/77 and my life has been a bitch. I really want to know why." Well, it's because you're a 16, honey child. For real, 16s have challenging lives. That 16 is a number of catastrophe. So you probably got some other stuff in your chart that echoes that 16. So you probably got Neptune fucking up all your personal planets in your chart, or some of them. Tony said, "As an Aquarius moon Venus, I agree we can quickly separate ourselves." Siobhan said, "Moon in Aquarius here conjoined to Mars. It helps me since I'm a 7. Yes, that will help." Manila said, "I love Aries people." I love Aries people too. Although I did have this one bad run-in with this dark side of Aries dude. And he tried to hit me up like this past month, asking if, because we had a little collaboration going on. And I first started off doing radio shows on his platform. And one day he just stood me up and didn't provide an explanation, nothing. I was texting him, calling him, no explanation, nothing. And then months later, he contacted me, asking me if I could do his show and stuff. And then he contacted me again, like a month ago, asking me if I could do his show and stuff. I blocked his ass at that point. I was like, oh no. Aquarius are alien but humanitarian at the same time. But that humanitarian thing is kind of overrated with a lot of Aquarians, because a lot of them just aren't humanitarians either. Astro Pluto Queen said, "That's true. We can all do well on our own, but if I'm around the right people, I don't mind doing whatever with people I'm around. I like the trade-off." Yes. Miss Rayson said, "The other male Scorpio was 11/19. He thought I was going to come running back. Nope, I was done too." Astro Pluto Queen said, "Dark side of Scorpios are emotional vamps for real." Yes. Calculator said, "So you believe that Scorpio is codependent but not like Cancer?" Scorpio can be a actually, Scorpio is the sign of codependency. So it can be very codependent. But where Scorpio is being codependent in terms of, it's more about power, Cancer could be codependent because they need that closeness. They need to, they don't want to let go of their loved ones, where Scorpio is more so about power, or you could look at it as they want to join finance. A lot of times Scorpio will be codependent off of financial reasons. Sexual too. Okay, let me see. What else? Maybe I need to turn off my card for a minute. Okay. But make sure I keep it on the, so I don't lose my... Chicago is magical. Okay, let me see what else. Pluto semi-squares my sun. It's where my mom is. It's where's my mom? Hey, trying Mercury. Pluto is an opposition on my Venus. It's sex. So what are you smoking, Jerry? Because I'm like, what? Your words are all over the place. And then you did say sorry about the typo. He said, I didn't mean to send that. I had a lot of typos in there, but I have a lot of aspects. And Pluto is that a Praetorian or weird? Oh, thank you, Esperanza. Oh, thank you, Smart Channel. Thank you, Astro Pluto Queen. I'm just reading the congrats to my daughter. Yeah, she is working. She gonna be having some money in her pocket. Winter Diary said, please, can you tell something about Pholus? There is no info on the asteroid in astrology. I really don't get into Pholus, but I do know it. It's one of the asteroids that can deal with abusive situations, if I'm not mistaken. But that's one of the newer ones that has been discovered over the past years, and I really don't. I'll say this: I don't take it into account when I'm looking at charts. So maybe I should more, but I really don't. Let me see. Actual Pluto Queen said, if you do a TED Talk, I'm going to be in the front row. Okay. Yes, you better. All my homies better be in the front row. I don't even know if you got to buy tickets. You probably do. Cherry Love said, are your children also knowledgeable in astrology? Yes, they are. Due to me, they have to be. They don't have no choice. So when things happen with them, the first thing they'll be like is, Mom, can you look at my chart and tell me what's going on? Can you look at my transits and see what the hell's going on? Such and such and such. Or if they tell me so, I'll be like, well, let me look at your transits and see. So case in point, my soon-to-be 16-year-old son, he lives with his dad. I was talking to him on the phone last night. And I was like, you got a girlfriend? Because I ask him that every now and then. And my mom, she was visiting last week. And my mom was asking me that. She was like, does he have a girlfriend? I was like, I was wondering why she cares so much. But anyway, so I asked my son, I was like, you got a girlfriend right now? And he was like, yeah. And let me tell you, he's a Sagittarius, so he pranked me real good. I just got to tell y'all this story real quick. So my son pranked me so good last night because he was like, yeah, I got a girlfriend. I'm like, what's her name? He tells me her name. And of course, next thing I say, what's her sign? And he's like, well, she's born. He was like, I think she's a Cancer. She's born, I believe, he didn't remember her exact birthday, but he was like, I think July 13th. I was like, oh, she's a Cancer. I was like, okay. And I said, what did I say? I didn't even put on earrings. Damn. What did I asked him something to like confirm was she a Cancer? I'm trying to think, what did I ask him? Oh, I said, does she like to touch you a lot? I said, does she touch your hair a lot? And she might like touch your shirt and like touch you on the shoulder. I said, is she real touchy feeling? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, she a Cancer. Now, I was like, send me a picture. No, before I said send me a picture, I said, I forgot what I was like, I said something like, are y'all sexually active or whatever? Cause he's 15, about to be 16. So I got to ask, and I'm that type of parent. I'm going to come right out and ask. So I asked him and he said no. I think he said no, or maybe he didn't say nothing or whatever. But then he said she does have he was like, but I do got to tell you one thing. I was like, what? And he was like, she has 2 children. I almost fell on the floor. And the fact that, she's a nowadays, that's actually, that's actually possible. No, this is what he said first. This is what he said. He said she's 18. And then I almost lost my breath then. I was like, hyperventilating. And then he said she had 2 kids. And he was like, and I was just like, oh my God. My air went off. Hold on. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't hardly breathe. I'm like, oh. And then he's like, he was like, I ain't trying to be no stepdad like that or whatever like that. But I was like, no. I was like, you can't date this girl. I was like, you better stop seeing her right now. I was like, no. I was like, cause you're gonna end up getting her pregnant. I was like, hell no. And then he was like, nah, I'm just playing. He was like, she's 15 like me. And he was like, she's in the 10th grade like me. And we started off being best friends and all that stuff. And I was like, oh my God, thank God. I was just like, I thought I was just going to lose it. But anyway, I was like, okay, so send me a picture. Yeah, he's a natural comedian. He's a Sag. So I was like, send me a picture. And matter of fact, and because I'm a Sag, I say exactly what's on my mind. So I was like, well, it's all good. I was like, I'm glad she's your age. And I was like, as long as she ain't fat and ugly, I was like, it's all good. And he was like, fat. He was like, why you say fat? And I was like, well, I said she could be, chubby and stuff as long as she's not like grossly obese. And he was like, and I said, actually, I was like, so you like fat girls? And he was like, some of them are cute. And I was like, actually, you're a Sag. And I was like, Sag dudes, they could date skinny girls, fat girls, short girls, tall girls, all that type of stuff. And yeah, Astro, because I care about what my grandkids are going to look like. This could be his future wife. So, let me stop. I am superficial with my Venus and Libra. But, so I was like, send me a picture. What she look like? Thanks, Johanna. Thanks for your super chat. I was like, send me a picture. What she look like? And so he sends me a picture. And when I tell you this girl is absolutely adorable, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I hope this is gonna be my daughter-in-law. And she's a Muslim. So she had the head covering. And my son lives in Philly with his dad. And in Philly, Black Muslims are thick there. So like if anybody knows about Philly, you know that Muslims and Philly, they go together like white on rice. So she had the little head covering and stuff like that, and she looked all cute, real beautiful girl. She didn't have makeup on, clean face. I was like, there you go. I was like, that's right. I was like, that's a good choice. And I said, now her face looks good. I was like, what about her attitude though? And he was like, she's real good. He was like, we've been best friends since I think the 9th grade and stuff like that. She would come to my football practices and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm starting my car because it's getting hot. But yeah, so I was just happy. So calculator said if she's a Muslim, then he must convert to Islam if he is. And I asked him about that. I was like, so are you going to become a Muslim? And he was like, hell no. He was like, I'm spiritual, but you know me. He was like, I gotta keep it real. He was like, I'm a free thinker and stuff like that. And I was like, well, how's that going to work out? I was like, what if y'all get married and stuff? But that's just my little story about my kids right now. And then my oldest daughter, she's doing great. She got a job at Victoria's Secret, which is so perfect for her because she is a Pisces rising, moon in Scorpio. Her Scorpio moon's in the 8th house. So Victoria's Secret is perfect for her, and she is loving her job so far. So yeah. And the funny thing about her was she was working 2 jobs. She was working at this pizza place and she was working at Victoria's Secret. So she would text me every now and then. She'd be like, Mom, can I quit my pizza job? Can you do the cards to see if I, because she was getting some static at the pizza place. And Queen said, what zodiac signs do I get along with the most? I'm going to tell you. But she was, so I told her after I was like, work at Victoria's Secret for 2 weeks. I was like, make sure you get your first paycheck. And I was like, then quit that pizza job. So she texted me the day that she quit. Well, she was like, can I quit today? And I was like, yeah. I was like, go ahead and quit. But I was like, do so in a respectable way. So she quit on good terms and stuff. But when she came back to get her last check, the manager at the pizza place was like, fuck you. So that's Philly though. That's Philly because my daughter's in Philly with my son. So that's how it be in Philly though. But so Queen Nzinga said, what zodiac signs do you get along with the most? Aquarians, Aries, Leo, and Libra. Those are the signs I get along with the most. Gemini too, because my Mars is in Gemini. I got quite a few Gemini friends. So yeah, I've known so many Geminis over the years. It's been crazy. But I just think that there's an overabundance of Geminis, period. I just think that there's too many Geminis in the world. Do y'all feel like that? Hey, Stacy, how you doing? Nico said, if you are born on the cusp, are you both signs? I was born on November 22nd. So the signs is based off of where the sun is at. So your sun will either be in one sign or the other, even if you're born on the cusp. So you got to look at what time you were born to determine where that sun is. So your sun could be in Scorpio, but it could be, what you said, November, but it could be in Sagittarius. So, you got to check what time you were born. Yeah, there's too many Geminis in the world, just too many, but it makes sense because Gemini is a common sign. The most prejudiced signs are Cancer. Aries can be very prejudiced. Sometimes Capricorn can be prejudiced as well. Leo can be very prejudiced as well. I've known of some straight up racist Leo. Miss Racing said, I'm Leo Libra. I like beauty and the law. I like that. Hip Hope AZ said, Virgo Sun, Moon, Venus, I think you meant Sag Ascendant. Awkward Letter said, I tried too many Scorpios, might be my descendant. Hell yeah. Kritika said, your husband is Sag too. If you're asking me, I don't have a husband. Gary Doris said, I keep running into Leos and Aries. Beyond 27 said, yes, LOL. Love Morris said, I totally do feel like there are too many Geminis out there. There are. Miss Problematic said, I have an overabundance of Geminis in my family. But it makes sense, though, because Gemini is the twins. So there's probably 2 Geminis for every other zodiac sign. Y'all ever think about that? I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 Gemini, or at least 2 Geminis for every other zodiac sign. Calculator said, do you believe that Capricorn or Aquarius are the least common zodiac signs? I'll say Sagittarius is one of the least common, but I would say Capricorn is. Now, Aquarius, it seems like there's a lot of Aquarians, but I haven't ran into too many Sagittarians in my life. How do you feel about Pisces? I love Pisces. I love Pisces. Pisces is one of my favorite signs, hands down, because Pisces is so artistic, and Pisces is way out, and Pisces is all about, you know, caring about people and being all charitable. Let me see. Always meet a lot of Scorpio, maybe because I'm a Taurus rising. Definitely. Rod Dixon said, I attract a lot of Scorpios. However, my rising sign is Aries. Well, that would put Scorpio in your 8th. So that makes a lot of sense, because what's in your 8th, you tend to attract, even if it's not good for you. Aquarian Essence said, ha, 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 Gemini. Henry, I knew this crazy August 2nd guy. Leo, Sun, Aries, Moon. He was crazy and an attention seeker. Most likely Libra in my family. Oh, mostly Libra in my family. Cameron. Hey, Cameron, what's up? I was just going to say that, Rabita, is because there is 2 for everyone. See, me and Cameron, we be on the same wavelength. I'm telling you. Aquarian Essence said, too many Aquarians. Johanna Ali said, oh shit, I'm a Cancer, but I'm a reformed pimp. I always say Cancer is the pimp of the zodiac. Yes. Aisha Thomas said, Geminis are conceived when the kids go back to school. I was about to talk about that, Aisha, about the time that Geminis are conceived. That makes a lot of it too. And that's right around the beginning of cuffing season. Like, don't the young people call that cuffing season? We need more Pisces. I agree. We do need more Pisces in the world, as well as Sagittarius. But if there was more Sagittarius in the world, this world would be kind of crazy. Because Sagittarians, we're wild. Earth Angel said, no, I don't. I've only had 2 good Gemini friendships my whole life, and my Mars is in Gemini too. I told you they don't like me, and I'm not mad about it. Lisa said, I'm blunt. I keep getting Leos. Well, Leo and Aries, they make a good match in general. Angel Smile said, I like Pisces too, but will not date them. I won't date them either. I dated one Pisces, and I ran all over him. And I didn't like that feeling at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, the day I broke up with him, the way I broke up with him was so cold, but he had it coming anyway, because he wasn't totally, you know, this great guy. But, oh my God, I got a couple of stories about this dude. But the way I broke up with him was, I said, we got to break up because in August, I'm going to see Wu-Tang, and I might meet the RZA backstage. And I sure enough did. That was right before I went to the Wu-Tang Forever concert. So I just told him straight up. I was just like, we need to break up now, or else I'm going to cheat on you. That's how I just kept it real. But that's the only guy that I ever like just was like real hardcore with it, though. How do you always a story that happens to you or know all the damn time? Oh man, one time I ditched him too. Like one time he was picking me up from work. See, this is why I can't get with a Pisces, because I can run all over them. One time he was picking me up from work, and I didn't feel like going home right away, especially not with him. So yes, it was the Wu-Tang breakup story. So I didn't feel like going home with him. I wanted to still hang out and stuff. Being a Sagittarius back, this was when I was young. I was a Sagittarius. I was young. And if you know anything about Sagittarius, Astro Pluto Queen said my Pisces dad was absolute trash. I don't mean to laugh. I wasn't expecting that. But so yeah. So if you know anything about Sagittarius, we like to party all night. So I remember he was about to pick me up from work, and my friends was like, yo, let's go to this club or whatever. And I didn't really want to tell him. Matter of fact, it was a male friend, and he wanted to hang out with me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I remember seeing him across the street, my boyfriend at the time. And I remember he was standing outside his big conversion van. It wasn't actually his van. It was his parents' van, because he still lived at home with his parents, even though he was 21 at the time. That's not really a big deal. But anyway, I remember seeing his big ass, because he was a tall Pisces. He was one of those whales. He was 6'6". So I remember seeing his towering ass just standing outside the van looking for me, like all like, where's she at? Where's she at? And I remember getting in the car with this other dude. And then when I came home at the end of the night, this dude was he was in my parking lot, my apartment parking lot, just waiting for me. Yes, I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, he was a guy that I had to break up with, because he would have just kept taking the abuse. But yeah, so I was just like, wow. But anyway, let me tell you the other story, and this speaks of my Mars and Gemini. So let me tell you the other story about the same Pisces dude. So when we first started dating, yes, they could be effeminate and moocher. When we first started dating, he had invited me to a cookout that his friend was having, right? So I was like, I invited my sister, my Capricorn sister. I was like, why don't you come with me to this cookout? You might meet one of his friends, and you might, y'all might get it on and popping or something like that. So I bring her to the cookout, right? Again, I got Mars and Gemini, and Gemini deals with siblings. I bring her to the cookout. So she sees him, he sees her, and they're like, hold up. And basically they went out on a date before I met him. And I was like, are you serious? And my sister was like, yeah, I went out on a date with him. And she basically was like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling him. And he was like, I wasn't really feeling her. So the feeling was mutual. So me and him continued to date or whatever. And they never got sexual or anything. So it wasn't nothing like gross out type of sister type of thing. But that's just how my Mars and Gemini gets down. And that's not the first time that I ended up dating a guy who ended up dating my sister. But it was a different sister. So yeah. Now me and my sisters, we all look very similar. So we used to get that a lot, especially when we all would go out. They'd be like, what are y'all, quadruplets or something? Now we don't look that damn much alike. But basically we were kind of like the Braxtons, where, we all had that similar type of look. So if one guy thought I looked good, and if I brought my sister around, he'd be looking at her too, like, damn, they all look good. Like, damn. So yeah. So a Pisces guy, that happened to me with a Pisces guy and an Aquarius guy. Well, I have a Capricorn moon. My South Node's in Taurus, though. So that's where my Taurus energy is coming from. Let me see what else. And so I got about 20 minutes left before I got to go pick up my daughter. Gary said, I love Sagittarius men, but there will always be conflict in the relationship because my moon would be in challenging aspect to their sun. Yeah, that's always challenging. Hey, Siobhan, how you doing? Let me see. Thank you, Love More. Yes, please get the likes up. We got 92 people watching, but only 34 likes. But I'm seeing the likes growing. Yay. Let me see. Honestly, though, I feel like I'm just, let me tell y'all another thing. My daughter created a Tinder account for me. I don't know about that though. I've gotten some matches, but and a couple of guys were messaging me, but I checking out. I'm so out of the loop in terms of dating that I don't even know how to deal with men no more, unless maybe I meet them via Facebook or something, and they have a connection with astrology, then that's easy. But just meeting a regular dude, like for instance, my last boyfriend, he was heavily into astrology, and we met online, so that was easy. Thank you, Love More, because I'm ready to delete that account because I just don't feel right. I'm not really the online dating type. Even though I'm like built for long distance relationships, I'd rather meet somebody through Facebook. Okay, everybody's saying don't do Tinder. I'm about to delete my account then. Thank you. Because I told my daughter, I was like, it was like after the second day, I was like, I'm about to delete my account. And she was like, see, this is why you ain't going to find nobody and all this stuff. But I don't feel right. I don't like it. Yes, I do. I am attracted to a man in a uniform. And I'm kind of attracted to military men too, especially those Marines. And I dated an ex-Marine before. Okay, Maldives is saying delete. Tinder prone to catfish. Tinder ain't cool. Okay, everybody's saying get off Tinder. Okay, I'm deleting my account tonight. Thank you. Henry said, I don't admire any sign in particular. I don't care if you're a Cancer or a Capricorn. It's the personal chart that surely matters. Marines are crazy, CJ Jackson. The guy that I was dating, he's crazy too. And he was a liar. He was a lying Leo. Hi, Hip Hope. How you doing? So I don't have my computer in front of me where I could pull your chart, but I can talk a little bit about you being a 17 and a Virgo. Number one, you're a very hard worker, but you might also have some artistic ability as well. But 17s, a lot of times your life will be hard and you will have to work hard, but the rewards later on down the line will be tremendous. That's what I like about 17s. Okay, Gary is saying Tinder is Satan. Okay, I'm a believer. I agree. I'm not gonna go on there no more, and I'm gonna delete it. And like I said, I didn't feel right anyway. I really didn't. Earth Angel said, I told you to try Bumble. I don't remember you telling me that. What's Bumble about? The guy I am dating is a Scorpio and is a former Marine. How's that working out, Rosanna? Is he sexy at least? Does he still have a body? Because those Marines, they be having them nice bodies. My Leo sure did. Well, I shouldn't say my Leo, but the Leo guy I was dating. See, what attracted me to him, because I do got a real super official streak. What attracted me to him was that he was 55 years old and had a body like a 30-year-old. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, wait, I got to try some of that. Because after all, I'm a Sagittarius and I'm very much about physicality and like that sexual attraction and stuff like that. And that's my problem. Like, that's my problem. I'm too much about looks. So, yeah, I found out the hard way dealing with him. But, I mean, nothing bad happened, really. I did more damage to him than he did to me. Siobhan said, too sapio for online. I gotta see you move and speak. Yeah, I really don't like that online either. Aisha said, I hate online dating, but I like getting the compliments on my pics. I'm done. Yes, it is kind of nice. It is a confidence booster. Now, has anybody found any luck online with Tinder? What's another one? Plenty of Fish. I think Plenty of Fish is really trashy, probably. Plenty of Fish, Tinder. What's the other one? Zoosk, eHarmony, Match.com, Grinder. Isn't that the gay one? Grinder. Anybody have any lucks on any of these sites? Aquarian Essence said Plenty of Fish is trash. I'm not surprised. Oh shit, my battery about to die. Hold on. Let me just plug it in. I wasn't even thinking about keeping my charger plugged in. I'm usually not like that. Rod Dixon said, I haven't tried neither one. I don't like online dating. It's a different world now from the 90s. Me too. I'm caught up on the looks too. Isn't that terrible? I can't be like some women that just get with some dude that look like Quasimodo and be happy with him. I can't. And honestly, I feel like even though I'm getting older, sex is still a very big deal in a relationship. So if I'm not physically attracted to you, if I can't imagine you having sex with me, if I can't even imagine me kissing you in the mouth, it's not going to work. It's just not. Love More said, have you tried Plenty of Fish? That seems to be the one a lot of black women use. I know my sisters are on, I think they're either on Black People Meet or something, but I don't know about all that. Oh, shoot. Said, you are so amazing. Your realness is appreciated. Thank you. Keep being yourself. Thank you. That's all I know how to be. I could never be fake. Siobhan said, I got to be hands on to meet a man. Henry said, I asked earlier, but sadly it got buried. What's your thoughts on harshly aspected Saturn? I have it square Sun, Mercury, Uranus, and Moon in the 11th. Sorry if I'm asking too much. Well, in the most general sense, it can mean a life full of limitations, a life full of restrictions, even deficiencies in terms of health. So that basically you were handed a hard hand in life, you were dealt a hard hand in life that with all that, with Saturn afflicting all of that energy. And it can bring problems with maintaining gainful employment, basically just taking charge of your destiny, problems with authority figures. Contemplating Keith said, I'm not big on social media. Carrie, oh, I think I told you the Virgo dating story. I think I did. Actually, I did. I said this in the comment section on the Cassie video, but here's a Virgo story that I said to someone else too. Oh shoot, I'm burning gas like nobody's business. I didn't think just sitting here being idle with the engine running would burn so much gas, but I do have the air on, so I'm gonna have to stop and get gas before I pick up my daughter. But I had a Virgo ex that was actually fooled by tranny porn. I caught him watching. Well, I'm not gonna say I caught him. I just saw him watching porn one day, and I was like, I hope you know that's a tranny. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I had to educate him and let him know that some go all the way with the surgery. So when some people were saying that, yes, he was, but he didn't. Supposedly, he didn't know that was a tranny. And it wasn't one of those movies where it actually explicitly stated it, I don't think, or whatever. But he's a Virgo, so you don't. But anyway, so people were saying that Cassie, like they were saying, well, Cassie's a female because I seen her in a porn and I seen her hoo-ha and all that type of stuff. But I'm here to tell you that I've seen tranny porn with my own eyes and seen how they make the fake vagina. I've seen it. And like I said, my ex Virgo was fooled. He thought he was looking at a real woman. So when I say, yeah, Cassie might have some porno video out there or whatever, all I want to see is the DNA test results before I feel secure in saying that, yes, that's a biological woman. But like I said, you got tranny porn now, so if you want to see what a post-op transgender looks like, I'm just speculating, Nico. I'm not saying that she is definitely. I'm just saying that I suspected her of being, because you got quite a few in the entertainment industry nowadays, and because of P. Diddy's sexual proclivities, I wouldn't be surprised. But what I'm saying is, because some people still don't get it. Some people still don't get that there are post-op transsexuals out there that actually have a manufactured vagina and that it's functional and they use it. And some of them are in porn. So if you want to see that, it's available. I'm just saying. But so just because you see a woman's naked body and her hoo-ha and stuff, you still sometimes got a question. That's all I'm saying. Steve said, is it any good? What, the tranny porn? But that's another thing about me. I do a lot of research. So if I'm talking about something, you best believe I've done my research on it. Chelsea said, in nature, fish switch genders when there's either too much of one or chemical changes in the water. Environmental issues makes you wonder with all the earth concerns we have now. Exactly. Queen Nzinga said, what do you look for in a man? Look, let me tell you something. I got low standards, okay? Because like I said, my whole thing is looks, which has gotten me into trouble. And this is why I'm not married now. This is why I've never been married, because I will go after looks first. But it's not just about looks. You really got to stimulate my mind. Yes, they have manufactured vaginas out here now, and they're constantly getting better and better with the surgery. You got women, you got transgender female to male that got manufactured penises now too, but they can't make the penis as well as they can make a vagina. They can't. They're still trying to perfect that. But yes, looks are very deceptive. Very deceptive. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, what do I look for in a man? Like I said, my problem is I got low standards. So I will look at looks first. I will look at the body and all that type of stuff. And then I'll see, okay, what's your sign? And then I'll be like, okay, are you smart? Are you intelligent? And all that type of stuff. And, you know, if they're intelligent, if they can keep my mind stimulated, if they have me laughing and stuff, then hell yeah, then I'm going to be with it. And that's my problem. That's why I pick the worst types of men, because I'm superficial. So I'll be the first one to admit that even me as an astrologer, I don't trust my own judgment. Like, I'll trust my judgment in terms of looking at the synastry and stuff, but I don't trust my judgment when dealing with men, like just, you know, picking a man out of the crowd. If I have to pick a man out of the crowd, you best believe I'm picking the ex-con. I'm picking the down low brother. I'm picking the one that, you know, is never gainfully employed. I'm picking the man that got issues with his mama. I'm picking the narcissist. Yeah, I could pick the worst kind. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about, I'm using from my own experience dealing with the own energy I have in my own chart. So when I tell my clients, like, you attract this type of dude or you attract this type of dude, I know because I've had other clients that had the same hookup, or I'll say because I'll have the same hookup or a similar hookup. Gary said, I'm always picking down low men. Phyllis says, see, that's what I worry about with me. I can't do it no more. Me neither. That's why I'm afraid at this point. Siobhan said, me too. I picked the worst. Venus conjoined to Neptune. And then, you know what? My mom would always tell me, you know, it really matters about a man's background. And she was right. She was like, really, you had no business getting with a man that's from a broken home, because you're not from a broken home. And I was like, damn, you're right. But back in the day, I didn't believe that. I believed that love would conquer all. I really did. I didn't do their synastry in terms of would they get back together, but the fact that P. Diddy is a Scorpio, I won't be surprised if he tries to get back with her. I really won't be surprised. But what was I saying? Angel Smile said, because they mostly are all DL. Y'all, not your fault. Hey, it is getting crazy out here. Awkward Letter says, so Venus trine Neptune is fucked too. That's a good aspect, actually, but that could be too much of a good thing, though. That could be where you accept, basically, you're accepting the minimum simply because you never had it so good, because you get a little taste of a little romance, and then you think, oh, this is something great, this is something beautiful. So that Neptune, even if it's in trine, it could be very deceiving. It can have you under an illusion where you're just in a blissful state, but maybe everything's just crumbling all around you. That Mars square Neptune, oh my God, I feel for you. See, I don't even have Mars square Neptune. That right there can easily attract the downloads, the drug addicts, the ne'er-do-wells, the leeches, the moochers, all that. Astro Pluto Queen said, I think Diddy is still on Cassie's IG leaving comments and double tap. I'm sure he is, and he's probably doing the slow drive-by wherever she's at. Probably all like, yeah, he's probably doing the stalking thing already. But I won't be surprised if they get back together. Yes, Mars trine Jupiter. Siobhan said, is Mars trine Jupiter the reason I attract men with huge peen? Yes, that is the reason. Lucky you. But you know what? Not every huge peen is a good huge peen, because there's men that are packing like UPS, and they still don't know what to do with it. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna lie, I saw this little clip of this porno right the other day, and man, I said this guy gotta be a Virgo, because he was giving it to this lady. I was like, that's how you fuck a woman. I was like, that's how you do it. I was cheering him on. I was like, and he had a nice ass too. I was like, yeah, that's how you give it. I was like, I was like, I wish all men could watch that dude get down, because he wasn't beating it up. He wasn't all like, you know, he was in it, and he was just like moving his ass all around, and just like, I was like, that's how you do it. And one of the best positions is missionary. So don't ever underestimate missionary position, because that is where a dude can easily hit your G spot. So I'm just putting it out there. When a dude is like, when y'all like right on top of each other, and look, dude was giving it to her to the point where he wasn't even facing her. His face was like this, just let you know he was concentrating on making her feel good. So you can tell the difference between a man that is fucking to make a woman feel good as opposed to fucking to make himself feel good. If he's fucking to make a woman feel good, you best believe he's all up close, all up in it, just moving his ass all around. This woman was thanking Jesus for him. I was like, oh my God. Yes, I love Missionary. I love Missionary. It's one of the best to me. Yes. That's why I said that dude was a Virgo. He had a Virgo body, and the way he was just moving it, like he just had that technique. And I was like, that's the way you do it. That's how you make a woman happy. But a lot of men, they don't know how to make a woman happy in the bedroom. That's another reason why I'm very hesitant about dating again, because I don't want to have to go through 3 duds before I find a guy that knows how to work his ass. Andrea said, you damn right about that, having a huge penis and not knowing what to do with it. It's a waste, be pissed, all that, and not knowing, all that grade A beef, and you don't know what to do with it. Like, really? You might as well just throw it in the trash. Now, I gotta go because I'm like getting low on gas and it's 3:24. Henry said there are other kinds of apps to find what you're looking for, to be honest, Rabina. Well, put me on to them. Let me know. You could post a comment once this video gets uploaded, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remember to go back and look. Trash dick, yes. Big Timer said, hello, my cousin Scorpio is your biggest fan. Hey, his name is Nick. Tell Nick I said thank you. Can you give him a shout out? Hey Nick, how you doing? Scorpio, hey, where you at? Why aren't you in the chat with us? Anyway, Michael B. Jordan is a Virgo ascendant with that Creed 2 body. Woo, Lord. Okay, yes. I like Michael B. Jordan's body. And first of all, too big of a peen can bruise your damn cervix. And that ain't cute. I agree. Sometimes it's just too much. These men can be so selfish in bed. Yes, they can. Like that last Leo I was with, he was so selfish, and he was pumping me like he was a jackrabbit. And I swear it only lasted like 60 seconds. No, I'm going to be more generous than that. It must have lasted like 2 minutes. And I'm not playing. It was that bad. I am going to start going live more. Yeah, I thought about creating an astrology dating app, but do y'all know how expensive it is to create your own app? It costs thousands of dollars. That's if you aren't tech savvy and you don't know how to create an app yourself. You gotta thank you, right fit now. The right fit now, that sounds like a penis. Well, you the right fit now. I don't know about next year. So let me but yeah, I do like going live because I like to just sometimes just be very free flowing. Star Match, Rabina, it has everyone's charts on it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go on Star Match. I heard someone describe Virgo ascendant as ugly once though. Oh, I wouldn't say that. One of my most recent ex was a Virgo rising. I thought that he was pretty good looking. Yes, I'm telling you that Virgo, they know how to, because think about it, Virgo is the worker man. Remember that song by Patra, Worker Man? I can't remember the worker man. Oh man, yes. Virgo men are the worker mans of the zodiac when it comes to sex all day. They put in that work and they will put in overtime. Cherry Love said, my Taurus made extremely happy too, but they say Virgo and Taurus were boring, not us. I think Mars and Scorpio are better in bed than Sun and Scorpio. They probably are, because that Mars deals with sex and then Scorpio deals with sex. And you know, the Sun in Scorpio, that could be channeled in different ways, not just for sex. I read you could make an app for $20. Where, love, more? Walmart? I'm like, where can I make an app for $20? If the dick is too big, and wait a minute, instant hysterectomy, right? It's mad old, but maybe since you know astrology, it will be good for you. I think somebody did put me on a Star Match. One of my old coworkers. Mars and Sag, what about that? Well, they could sexually, they could be very out there. Like, we'll do a bunch of tricks and turns and all types and spins and all types of stuff. Very, very, I'll say very athletic, very what is that? Like the sexual gymnastics and stuff. Men don't suck titties anymore, but they want that peen suck. You know what? I find that a lot of men, they don't give enough attention to the titties. It seems that way. Aries give you a hot 5 minutes. Mars and Leo conjunct Chiron. Oh, you about that sexual healing with that Mars conjoined Chiron and Leo. Ooh, sexual healing. Mars and Virgo, you know how to put it down. You know how to, you got that technique. Men don't eat coochie anymore, but one head. That's where I'm like, oh no, you don't eat? Oh no, then you can't, you got to go. You don't want to clean your plate? Then get the hell up out of here. Because you're not going to treat me like there's something wrong with my snatch. No. Adrian said, yes, the titties do get left out these days. Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, there's no way I could get with a guy that won't go down on, like, there are some men that are just like, oh, I just don't go down on women. Well, I'm like, okay, well, you can deal with some other woman then. And I'm not even saying I put a high priority on getting head, but I feel like it just does come with the territory. You might as well. I don't go down on him if he doesn't do it on me. I agree. It keeps saying low battery. I gotta get out of here, y'all. And I could talk all day. I haven't tried speed dating. Maybe I should. I don't even know if there's any speed dating in my area. Maybe I should. I don't even know if I have the patience for that. Adrian said, to get head, you have to give head. Siobhan said, I'm a child of Little Kim, so. What did she say? She said, niggas be eating my pussy while I watch cartoons. Didn't she say that on Queen Bitch? I'm a status bitch. Women that masturbate make it hard for them to orgasm. Is that what you think, Steve? I would think the more a woman masturbates, the easier she could come to orgasm when dealing with a man. Sleep till noon, Jerry Davis, I love eating the coochie, but that's my Taurus rising. Yes, Taurus love to eat. Taurus love to eat. I feel like women need to start being more assertive about what they need. Give directions. Most men act like they don't know shit. How did we get on the topic of sex, y'all? I guess because it's Scorpio season. And then y'all gonna have me lose some of my monetization. I remember that one live I did. It got real raunchy. YouTube was like, your monetization is limited because the content. I was like, oops. I was like, oh, damn. I was like, we got that raunchy, but y'all know me. I can get raunchy. It is so Scorpion. I love it. I really love it. Bill Cosby's live. Yes, it was Bill Cosby's live. I was going in, and everybody was going in with the sex stuff. YouTube is a stuffy ass Virgo. They didn't start off being Virgo. YouTube started off being Pisces, Aquarius, I feel. Now they are very Virgo and Capricorn. And it's taking the fun out of it. Earth Angel said, I can't with a man who doesn't give head. I like head more than sex. Ooh. Some women are like that. I need that penetration though. Like I can't ever like I knew I had this one client where basically she was only letting this dude give her head and she wasn't letting him hit it, like penetrate her. And I was like, how can you even stop at head? I was like, see, I'm a Sagittarius. I need that penetration. So I was like, how can you stop? I was like, I don't understand. I was like, that's just the appetizer. But she was all good with just getting head. Some women, they don't put a high priority on penetrating it like other women do. Denique said, I'm like you with the Sag rising. Delisha said, hey, Delisha, how you doing? Gotta have both. Yeah, YouTube just wants the money, so they comply like cancer. Lovemore said, I hear that, Siobhan. Siobhan said, I've never given head to a guy I didn't have sex with. Adrian said, yes, I need a main course too. Yes, a main course and then a refill perhaps, if he's a bit too quick. Lovemore said, I heard Pisces men love giving head. Is that true? Let me think about that Pisces dude I was with. I think he did that a lot with me. But I would say I just think that Pisces men, they just love everything about a woman. You know, the straight ones. The Scorpio men, they'll try to get inside your womb. Like they want to climb inside your vagina. Like some of them, if they could live in there, they would. The Cancer men too. Water sign man, I can't deal with too emotional. What about Mars and Libra? Mars and Libra, it can produce someone that is very much about, you know, sex, but it needs to be a certain way. You know, they really don't like a lot of that raunchiness. You know, the setting needs to be right, and they're very much mental as well as physical. So true for my Scorpio man, of what, that he wants to basically get all up inside your womb and give you a pap smear and all that type of stuff, give you a pelvic exam. And then your Scorpio man, he knows when you ovulated, and he knows when your period's about to come out, all that type of stuff. I do like the intensity that Scorpio men bring, and like Scorpio, they're not afraid of certain stuff. Mars and Libra can be, it seems like a lot of Mars and Libra men would just want the woman to ride them. Like, yeah, come on, get on top of me, ride me. Libra sun, Venus, Moon, and Mars women have sensitive coochies. Ooh! I swear, LOL, I know I do. And the ones I read tell me they have sensitive coochies. Woo! I got Venus and Libra. All right, I have Aquarius bars. I better stay away from PD. I'll tell you this, Astro Pluto Queen. And this has only happened, I'll say in the past 10 years, where I've gotten hypersensitive. So now, like if I'm sexual with a man, like all he has to do, especially after the fact, if he just touches me like this, I'd be like, whoo! I'll be like that. It's crazy. I wasn't always like that. I don't know what changed within me to make me so hypersensitive. But yeah, if a man, especially after sex, if he's still touching me and stuff, I'm still like very like on, and I'll be all like, oh, woo. Yoni A's got me like that. Oh, really? Here he said, I know a guy with Venus and Taurus, Mars and Libra. Does that make him a bit boring? It could. I'm that Mars, Sag, Venus, Aries. I heard that makes me a bit crazy. Can't deny that. Yeah. Probably like an acrobat in bed, or you want to be. But honestly, I got to roll, y'all. It's after 3:36. I got to pick up my girl. Right. No, for real. It be like that. I remember like when I got with this one Taurus, and he had spirits on him anyway, because he was into that spiritual stuff. And when I tell you, I mean, they just kept coming after the fact. I was like, what the hell myself into? See, I could keep on talking. Y'all keep on talking. I can't. I want to keep talking, but I got to go for real. But this has been real. Thank you very much, everybody who tuned in. And then for those who didn't tune in, you could catch the replay. He wasn't good in bed, but them spirits were. But yeah, I will be back with another live stream probably next weekend. So stay tuned for that. I'll also be back with some more videos. So peace and many blessings, y'all. I love y'all all. Have a great Sunday. Have a great work week. Let's do it up big for Scorpio season, because Scorpio is not about taking shorts. It's about going all the way. So let's do it. All right. Peace and many blessings. I'm out. Bye, guys.